Yeah, it could have been tragic. If I wouldn't have, it could have been come out a lot different.
Early defibrillation, early CPR, proper CPR is very important.
We want everybody to learn to do CPR. They're just, they're heroes. At least in our little world they are, so.
We'd been together, I don't know, 12 years probably. And I found out I was pregnant. Then whenever I had her, she was in the room with us for about an hour, and then she went down to the nursery to get checked by the doctor and found out that she had heart conditions. Her main one is pulmonary atresia. She spent 74 days in the hospital, and then we got to bring her home.
Working for the Mount Hope Funks Grove Fire Protection District is exciting, rewarding, sometimes sad. We get some calls that you can really shine, and then there's others that don't turn out so well.
The Children's Hospital offers a CPR class to all families with congenital heart defect children. We had the kids come in. We had Brian's mother come in, and we all learned CPR. Then on February 13th, we went to bed, her and I. She sleeps with us. I was about to fall asleep, and I noticed she'd quit breathing, so I shook her, and she gasped, and checked her. She had no pulse. So I grabbed my phone, hit his number, picked her up out of my bed so I could get her on a surface that I could start CPR, took her out into the hallway, and laid her down. And by then I had quit talking to him, and I started performing CPR, and I put my phone on speaker, and I dialed 911.
So we were dispatched to the Snow residence for a cardiac arrest. Immediately from the address alone, I knew that it was Braylene's address, and had just a heart-sinking feeling that it was her. And then when they came back for the 8-year-old in cardiac arrest, obviously we knew it was her.
I heard the call. I was standing in the Pepsi Eye Center talking to a couple of my buddies, and I didn't really understand a lot of it. All I think I picked out of the conversation was something was wrong with Braylene.
Our town police officer, Sean, was doing CPR, and we just kind of walked in and just assumed patient care.
They continued CPR, then they hooked her up and they shocked her.
After a couple of attempts, we got her breathing again, and that time we just loaded her up in the back of the ambulance and headed for the hospital.
They came out, handed her into me, and completely unresponsive 8-year-old girl. Until you sit there and think back about it, you don't even know how to react when they bring something like that to you.
For me, it's my first field save, and to go through that, it's overwhelming, and for it to turn around, and Brian sent me a picture of Braylene when she came out, and you just can't believe it. I mean, it's overwhelming.
A field save is something every EMT wants in their career, but never wants to face what the call came in for.
The outcome was great because everything fell into place. I started, they finished. Then when we got to Children's Hospital, they did their part.
The keys for that call, for Braylene were obviously, we'll start with Lori, with her knowing CPR.
And having the courage
and having the courage to do it. I mean, I feel that's where her life was saved.
To look at her like everybody looks at her, like she couldn't have been sick. Never seen her the night when she was sick. She even doesn't realize that she was really sick.
CPR is important. I mean, if you're going to save somebody's life, then, obviously we need people like American Heart Association to do the studies and and fun projects and to get that stuff out there so that people have the chance to live.
Who's ever there at the time of a tragedy like this needs to start CPR immediately. The sooner it's started, the better the outcome.
How do we get people to come teach CPR or whatever? It always goes back to call the American Heart Association. The American Heart will set stuff up for people to go to classes and learn how to do it. So that's the best thing to know right now, I would think.
Everybody needs to know how to do CPR, everybody. Not just somebody with a sick child, everybody. Everybody needs to know how to do CPR.